The world's zoos, for all their careful design and formidable barriers, are sometimes met with a will that simply refuses to be contained. Within these enclosures designed to protect and preserve, there resides a spirit of ingenuity and a profound instinct for freedom. Today, I want to share with you some of the most remarkable stories of animals who decided their world needed to be a little bigger. These are not just tales of escape, they are chronicles of intelligence, of unexpected athleticism, and of a relentless drive that can outwit even the most sophisticated human planning. I invite you to join me as we count down these incredible escapes. Stay to the end, you won't believe number 1. Our story begins in Southern California, at the renowned San Diego Zoo. Here lived a Bornean orangutan named Ken Allen. To the casual observer, he was a magnificent, gentle giant, with long, rust-colored hair and a contemplative gaze. But to his keepers, he was something else entirely. A master escape artist, the hairy Houdini. His enclosure was state-of-the-art, thought perfectly secure, but to Ken Allen it was a puzzle. The zoo reinforced walls, smoothed handholds, and sealed gaps. He watched them back, patient and observing. Ken Allen began to fashion tools, using a stick as a lever to pry at frames. He even learned to short-circuit deterrent wires using a wet branch to ground current. Each time the zoo fortified his home, Ken Allen simply devised a newer, cleverer method. His reputation grew, a local celebrity. The zoo spent tens of thousands on Ken Allen proofing, hiring climbers to inspect handholds. He remained calm on his excursions, curious, a planner, a teacher, and a reminder of the drive for freedom. We travel north to the Los Angeles Zoo, home to Evelyn, a western lowland gorilla with a penchant for unscheduled adventures. Evelyn wasn't just an escape artist, she was a leader, a strategist. Her primary method, take a running start, leap onto the back of another gorilla, using them as a living launch pad. From that platform she could vault over a 12-foot wall into public areas. Like Ken Allen, her intentions seemed peaceful, wandering botanical gardens, curious about flora. On one occasion she was found in a staff break room, calmly exploring. The zoo raised walls and tried to separate her from her favored launch partner Jim, but Evelyn adapted. Her escapes were calculated and cooperative. Social intelligence at work. She leveraged relationships to achieve goals. A wall was a challenge, not a boundary. Evelyn's story highlights complex social problem-solving in apes. Our next story is more sobering. A cold Christmas day, 2007, at the San Francisco Zoo, Tatiana, a 4-year-old Siberian tiger, a powerful, majestic predator. The prevailing theory, an incredible feat. She cleared a 12.5-foot moat and scaled a 19-foot wall by clawing upward, an act that defied expectations for a captive tiger. Once free, her predatory instincts took over. The zoo was nearly empty as it closed for the holiday. The tiger attacked. Chaos and citywide alerts followed. Police and tactical units swept the grounds. Searchlights cut through fog as the hunt intensified. The confrontation ended near the Terrace Cafe. Faced with imminent danger, police used lethal force. The escape ended in tragedy, prompting global reviews of zoo safety protocols, a harrowing reminder of the responsibilities in housing powerful predators. From a dramatic tiger escape to something more charming, Rusty, a red panda at the National Zoo in D.C. small, shy and arboreal, Rusty decided on an unauthorized tour of the Capitol in 2013. Heavy rains had drooped a tree branch over his fence, a natural bridge. He climbed up, walked the rain-soaked branch and slipped out into the wider city. The hashtag #FindRusty trended. Citizens, zoo staff and police searched trees and neighborhoods. A citywide search for a creature the size of a house cat. Finally, in Adams Morgan, a sharp-eyed resident spotted him in a front yard tree about a mile from the zoo. A careful retrieval with a long-handled net. Rusty was returned unharmed and tired from his big day out. A reminder that even the smallest creatures answer the call to explore. At Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle, Adela, a 1-year-old jaguar, gave keepers a heart-pounding taste of freedom. Jaguars are powerful climbers, and Adela was about to demonstrate exactly why. During a routine transfer from den to exhibit, a momentary lapse, a door not fully secured, created an opening. She bolted from the transfer chute into a service area not designed for a jaguar. A nearby tree provided a ladder. Adela scrambled up, her claws finding purchase in bark. From the branches she gathered and soared, clearing the wall into a silent public area. Alarms rang, emergency teams searched the empty pathways. An agile animal can cover ground fast. She was located in undergrowth near the tapir exhibit, sedated, examined, and returned unharmed. Adela's escape is a reminder, triple-check every lock and door. At the Kansas City Zoo, a troop of 7 chimpanzees planned a breakout. Not with brute force, but with cooperation. Chimpanzees are patient observers and exceptional problem solvers. One day a large log was left in the enclosure. To keepers a toy, to chimps a key. The leader propped the log against the smooth wall, the first rung of a ladder. One by one they used the log and each other, a living extension of the ladder. 7 chimps ended up in a behind-the-scenes service area. Keepers used calls and favorite foods to coax them back. 5 returned quickly, 2 took longer, content with a brief holiday. The breakout ended safely, a story of cooperation and ingenuity. The log would never be underestimated again. At the historic London Zoo in 2016, Kumbuka, a dominant silverback, triggered a major security incident. Kumbuka's escape was sheer power, not subtle, but forceful. He charged security glass, a magnetic lock on a secondary door failed, letting him into a service corridor. Armed police and emergency teams locked down Regent's Park. Visitors sheltered indoors. Reports said he'd consumed 5 liters of undiluted blackcurrant squash, perhaps calming or unwelling him. After a roughly 90-minute standoff, keepers and vets tranquilized and returned him to his den. Kumbuka never entered public areas, but the event highlighted how challenging it is to contain such strength. A reminder of responsibilities in managing great apes. At Blackpool Zoo in 2014, a troop of ring-tailed lemurs staged a mass escape, acrobatic and social. They lived on an island surrounded by a water moat. A branch grew over the moat, nearly touching a mainland tree, a risky bridge. One lemur leapt, landed on the mainland tree, and the rest followed in a cascade of acrobatics. Keepers found the island empty. A full head count confirmed the troop was missing. They were found sunning on the elephant house roof, and were coaxed down with favorite foods. The branch was trimmed and the arboreal escape route closed for good. A playful but instructive reminder of how environment changes can create unexpected routes. In 2005 at Sedgwick County Zoo, a storm-triggered oversight led to an extraordinary disappearance. 2 greater flamingos, bands 492 and 347, had not yet had their wings clipped. In the chaos of wind and rain, they took flight and vanished into the vast Midwest sky. A flamingo can travel hundreds of miles, and these 2 may have gone far. Weeks became months, years passed, hope faded. Nearly 8 years later, a birdwatcher in Texas spotted a pink bird with a leg band, number 492. He was thriving among wild Caribbean flamingos, a testament to powerful migratory instincts. Sporadic sightings of 492 and 347 along the Gulf Coast turned them into legends in the birding community. Our final story. Inky the octopus from the National Aquarium of New Zealand, perhaps the most unbelievable escape. 8 intelligent arms, no bones, a body that can flow through tiny gaps. A tiny gap, just a couple of inches, at the top of his tank. The only hard part is the beak. If the beak fits, the whole animal follows. He squeezed out. Once on the floor, investigators found a faint wet trail leading to a 6-inch drain. Inky poured himself down a 164-foot narrow pipe and emerged into Hawke's Bay, then the open Pacific. The next morning, staff found an empty tank and suction cup prints. The story went viral. Inky returned to his natural home, a marvel of planning and persistence. From Ken Allen's thoughtful planning to Inky's astonishing getaway, these 10 tales reveal a common truth. The animal spirit is unquenchable. Intelligence, adaptability, and determination. Traits that surprise and humble us. Which escape amazed you the most? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed these stories, subscribe for more journeys into the wonders of the natural world. We have many more tales planned. Subscribe so you won't miss any. Until next time, keep looking at the world around you with wonder and curiosity. There are stories everywhere waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching.